Many of you for many years have been working towards moving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. And at the moment, with recent events, you may be feeling a bit of a loss, but you haven't lost anything. Everything that has happened is perfect. Loss is a three-dimensional process, and we're moving to the fifth dimension where there's no polarity. Loss means somebody must win, and that's not what we're about. What's happened, the energy you put in and many others around the world put in have opened up a gateway for the fifth dimension to be accessed. And what it's actually done is push the human consciousness over that threshold. You may remember from way back in the 1990s, that book, The 100th Monkey, where it wasn't until the 100th monkey ate the yam that the others on another island started eating the yam. This is what's happening, and the consciousness is now being opened and the portal is there. For those of us who might be feeling a little depressed, that means you're in the past, and yesterday is the past, so you don't need to be in the past any longer. If you're feeling anxious, upset in the tummy, that means you're in the future, and you don't need to be in the future because you create your future. So what we need to do is stay in the moment. And if you're in the moment, in your heart, and then think constructively about what you need to do or what is in your heart. Let go of the head, more in the heart. So think what's in your heart, make plans to achieve what you want in the heart, and think it through critically, because what I've experienced is going out in the third dimensional world to shop or whatever, it just feels like a different plane to what it has been. So you've got to really think about every move, from walking to parking to speaking to somebody. And then once you've thought critically about it all, then it's time to act, and you take action. And when that action's complete, you come back to the moment, which you should always be in, and you think critically again about the next movement. That way you're never in the future, you're never anxious, you're never in the past, so you're not depressed. You are creating your own future, and what's happening is a period with the fifth dimension, age of Aquarius moving in. We are actually in an era of instant karma. So those of us who are working in the light will move forward. Those of us who've been working in the dark, and excuse my sketchboard here. Oh, that's going to work, isn't it? Okay, we'll let that one go. But what's going to happen is those who are working in the dark, in the negative, will be going inward, inward, and inward. And you'll find that they'll spiral into self-imploding spiral, which is what was written 2,000 years ago about the 666 syndrome. So it's them going inward and self-imploding. It might take about 4 years, but it's for us to consider all our action, from if a vaccine needs to be taken, if you need to travel and have a travel passport. That's totally up to you, but think about it critically, be in the moment. What's it feel like in your heart, not your head, and then take action and stick by it. And maybe you just don't need to travel for the next 4 or 5 years, overseas that is, and even interstate. So be in the moment. And for the tens of millions or billions of lay people who are sort of ignorant and unaware, they can be influenced by our actions and our energies. In fact, tipping over into the mass consciousness that is now becoming the fifth dimension will influence them. And so you don't need to fight ignorance. You simply need to speak your truth and leave it forward. You don't need to win all the time. So You don't need to fight. You don't need to resist. Just pose a question based on your facts and move forward with love. Everyone you meet, take time, be in the moment, help, be nice, be kind. A lot of that's needed. And just watch out for yourself and your safety, because there'll be a lot of people out there really feeling a bit twisted in the mind because nothing's quite the same as it ever was, and they're being encouraged in their heart to start new relationships, new jobs, find a new house, being forced to by the government or the landlord or whatever. So let's just consider others, help where we can, come from love in our heart, be in the moment, move forward, and just avoid angry, aggressive people, because they're going to self-implode, and it'll be very, very quick for some of them. They'll self-implode to a point, but you don't need to be underneath that dinosaur that's going to try and squash you. Just move out. Don't want it. Move forward. Just a little tip to help you through these interesting times. And we all came here for this adventure, so let's cherish it and move forward, and nothing is lost. This is only the beginning.